Welcome to Medical Qigong workout number 1 with Jeremy College. We start with the basic standing posture, Wu Ji, and then after that I shall show you how to pull down the heavens. So the basic standing posture, upon which all exercises, or most Qigong exercises, are built, is the standing posture. Your feet are supposed to be a minimum of shoulder width apart. Find a position where your feet are comfortable and flat on the floor. It's okay if they're at a slight angle. Bend your knees, just unlock the knees and sink your coccyx down towards the floor. Have a nice straight spine. Here you can see me just sitting down, just beginning to sink now. Your shoulders are slightly rounded forwards. Just have a little space underneath your armpits so that your arms become a circle in front of you. Slightly bent at the elbows, slightly bent at the wrists, slightly bent at the fingers. The fingers are just spread apart. So Wu Ji is the basic platform, very solid lower half of the body. The upper body is rounded and light. This is the basic block that all the other exercises are built on. Okay, so now I'm going to show you pulling down the heavens. Just take a nice deep breath and lift your hands up above your head, breathing in all the way, and then exhale and push your hands down the front of your body. It's a very good exercise for settling you down before you begin your exercises. Okay, so just let's look at the parts of that. One long inhalation in, long slow breath from this rounded posture, and then exhale down. Just slow down for your throat a tiny little bit. Slow down as your hands come to your waist, sink into your knees, and then push yourself back up to standing. Your throat's a very sensitive area, so we just want to move the hands a tiny bit slower as we go past the throat. Quite fast down to that area, slowing down a little bit, now beginning to sink into your knees as you push energy down the front of your body, and then pushing yourself up. On that last push up, you want to make sure that all the breath is out of your body. It's a very settling exercise, a calming exercise. Take a couple of nice deep breaths and settle yourself down. Okay, I just want to explain to you where your energy is stored in your body. It's a place called the Dantian. There are many channels that run up and down your legs, run up and down your arms, through the center of your body, but the area of highest concentration of energy is called your Dantian, and it's exactly halfway between heaven and earth, between your feet and your head, and it's right in the center of your body. You can judge it, it's 3 fingers below your tummy button. It's right in the center of your body, it's the core of your energy. Just take one palm and cross it over the other palm. Just align your thumbs so they cross each other, and then put your crossed thumbs onto your tummy button, and your hands will be holding your Dantian perfectly. This is where we gather all our energy to from all of the exercises we do. Somewhere in the middle of your body, in front of the spine, behind the tummy button and below it. So all of the energy exercises focus on drawing energy to the Dantian. Okay, so now we're going to look at a very basic warm-up for your body. It works on opening all the major channels through the body. So first of all, drop your head onto your chest and roll ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Stretch the back of your neck as much as you can. We want to do this about 8-10 times to each side. Don't worry if you hear some strange crackles and pops going on the back of your neck. That's little crystals there just being relaxed, just being broken up. Stop in the middle, raise your head up and look right up at the sky. Now again, roll out ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Get as much motion into this as you can, as much of a stretch as you can. as I say, don't worry about the noises. They lessen the more you do this exercise. This just allows energy to flow up through your neck. There are many channels that come from your body into the head. This loosens them all up. Now we're going to do 3 complete circles all the way around, just to integrate the front and back of the exercise. The problem is if you try and do this exercise only spinning your head round from when you very first start, it tends to make you rather dizzy. So first we do the front half, then we do the back half, and then we join it all together in a more relaxed fashion that doesn't make you so dizzy. Okay, so next we're going to move on to the shoulders. Roll your shoulders forwards, breathe in and lift them up, exhale and push them down, really stretch down. So you breathe them up the front, roll your shoulders back, stretch right down and sink your shoulders lower than they would normally go. So by doing this you get a full rotation in every direction for the shoulders. We're going to do this about 6 or 8 times. Now we roll them backwards and up, over and down. Breathe in as you lift them up, breathe out as you let them down. Again, there are many channels that run from the hands up into the head, down to the middle of the body, and so this is opening those channels up. Next we're going to work on the waist, so just roll your hips round. Head round in one direction, use your knees, just bend your knees a bit and rotate as much as you can. Make sure you're getting as much movement to the front and the back as you are to side. Then you can make your legs straight and do the same exercise again. So there's 2 variations with the bent legs and with the straight legs. Rotate round between 16 and 32 times in this direction. And then pause, turn back in the opposite direction. Again, do the exercise with straight legs and then do it with using your knees. Conscious of making sure you get to the front and the back as well as the sides. Now you're loosening up the channels that run through the main core of the body. We move on to the next major set of joints, being the knees. Rest your palms very lightly on your knees and bend them, and circle the knees round, so dipping down and raising up as you make a circle. Don't have any tension in your shoulders. No weight is transferred through to the hands. They're just very lightly guiding the knees round. Take them back in the opposite direction. Again, don't transfer the weight from the shoulders to the hands. Just try and keep that relaxed. We have to then work on the ankles. So go back to the Wu Chi stance, which is shoulder width feet. Shift your weight across onto one leg and sink onto that leg. And then start to turn the other leg. You notice I've got my hands on my hips. This just gives you far more balance if you have your hands on your hips. Turn it round in one direction. Then pause and send them back the other way. Maybe 9 or 18 revolutions in each direction. Something about the size of a dinner plate you're circling on the floor. Shift your weight to the other foot, sink into that leg, and then make the turn. Try to get as much of a movement up and down in your foot as possible. So it's vertical at the back, flat at the front. Take it the other way. And then come back to your shoulder width posture. Relax back into Wu Chi, just sink into your knees. Settle your body back down. When you've been doing exercises like this, you can just take a couple of very deep breaths and slowly let the air out to regain your breathing. Okay, so now we're going to look at your cleansing exercises to get rid of any qi that's not wanted in the body. We start with ringing the temple gong, so again we're in the Wu Qi posture. Center the energy down to your dantian and then start to swing. So what I've done here is made sure that my arms are completely relaxed, like spaghetti hanging down. The turn comes out of the hips, out of the waist. So you're turning the energy center, and as you turn the energy center, the arms just flop onto the body. You're loosening up the spine, but at the same time your hands are falling onto your kidneys behind. They're falling onto your spleen, they're falling onto your liver, they're falling onto your stomach and your intestines. All of these things have just been given a little slap, a little tap, which jump starts the energy. So it's a very, very good exercise to start off first thing in the morning. Just loosens up the whole body and kickstart the energy system. You can hear the sound of my hands tapping quite firmly against my body. So you see the area that I'm striking also, my kidneys, but also the middle of my back is getting a strike. There's an energy gate right in the center of your spine, the small of your back, called Ming Men. And this is one of the main channels that qi flows in and out of the body, so that's also being stimulated as well. It's getting a good tap there, along with the kidneys, to promote the flow of energy in and out of the body. Okay. Provided you feel comfortable, you can then start to turn further. More of a turn, so you're actually looking right round behind you now, stretching the spine a bit more. So you necessarily may have to slow down just to make this work. Make the turn a little bit slower, a little bit wider. Stretching the whole body open. This loosens up qi in all the major channels all the way through the body. Moves qi through the system that's no longer required, which is called stagnant qi. Gets it out of the body. Great place to start your exercise set off. I use this exercise at the start of every set of exercises I do. Okay, now we'll get back to the front, so it's a shorter turn again. Back to where we started off. Now I've made my hands into fists and I'm just striking the outside of my arms. You'll notice the back hand is coming around and striking the top of the legs. So this is specifically sending a jolt of qi down the outside of your arms, a jolt of qi down the outside of your legs. Just kind of kick-starting the channels that work up and down. The third variation on the same exercise. Ringing the temple gong, or ringing the temple bell, it's often known as. Okay, and just come to a stop. Let the qi settle back down to your dantian. We're just going to pull the heavens down here again. Just grabbing energy from above your head, sink it down the body, slowing down for the throat, dropping into your knees, hold the energy, and push yourself back up again. Just a good way to gather things. I'm going to do this 3 times. Sometimes that exercise can leave you feeling slightly lightheaded, and so this settles everything back down. The reason you feel slightly dizzy or lightheaded is because the chi has moved upwards in your body from the exercise, and you can settle it this way and push it back down. So just imagine you're actually grabbing energy that's above your head and in your head, and it forces itself all the way back down to your dantian at the middle of your body. You hold it there and then you push yourself back up. Just settle yourself down, relax for a few moments before we move on to the next exercise. The next one is called the warrior's breath. Also very good, cleanses the lungs and cleanses the heart. When the chi is settled, just take a nice deep breath, raise your hands up to chest level and push away from you. Exhale. Okay, drop your hands down, sink down to your knees, go into a squat, pick up a ball of energy, draw it up the front of your body, exhale, push it away. Gentle hands drop down, gentle hands pick up a ball, raise it up the front of the body. Now you really tighten your forearms as you make this push. You try and push the heels of your hands away, but the fingertips towards your body. So your nails backwards towards your body and the heels of the hands away. And if you do that, you'll notice that your forearm muscles really tighten up, your shoulders tighten up, your chest tightens up. You're picking up a very cooling energy from the earth and breathing out pollution out of your lungs and heat from your heart. Very cleansing for the system. Imagine the cooling chi coming up, exhaling quite loudly. You can exhale ha if you wish, or you can just exhale in a very strong way. Ha is very much more for the heart energy. Cools the heart fire down, so you say long exhalation as you push. The hands are gentle as you drop. They become firm as you make this push. So you have nothing to push against, you have to create the resistance with your own arms. You see as I sink that I keep looking forwards, I don't let my head drop. As I push, see my forearms tighten up. So I'm really trying to push the palms away and the fingertips back towards me. And that really tightens the forearms up. You start off gently pushing and you build the push up to something very strong. So it's the juxtaposition between this very, very strong push you're making, where your muscles tighten up incredibly, and then relaxing as you drop down. That builds up chi, the constant pulsing of the muscles. You can do 24 or 36 of this exercise. Imagine you're exhaling pollution, city smoke, pub smoke, whatever it might be, out of your lungs. See a cloud of grey smoke coming out. When you lift the chi up, imagine lifting a golden ball up the front of your body, which is really cooling, and exhaling fire from your heart, pollution from your lungs. We use a lot of images in the Medical Qigong sets. Visualize or imagine the flow of this chi, and it really helps the exercise to be more effective. Okay, we're going to move on to the last cleansing exercise, which is called the counter swing. In this exercise we imagine pulling fresh energy up from the earth, like a water pump, pumping water up, and as it pumps into our body, inch by inch by inch, coming up our legs, it displaces the chi that's no longer required, the stagnant chi. So once you've settled yourself down and relaxed, you draw breath in and lift your hands up to shoulder height. Swing through. Okay, so first the left, then the right. Every time you breathe in, you imagine chi just comes up your legs a little bit further, inches its way up your body. As you breathe out, just imagine you're flicking chi that's not required off the end of your fingertips. So you look in the direction you're throwing. You breathe in, exhale, exhale. Breathe in, exhale, exhale. Breathe in, exhale, exhale. Breathe in, exhale, exhale. Okay, when you get the rhythm going, you actually find that you're actually making the throw from your opposite heel. So it comes up from the opposite heel all the way out to the fingertip each time you throw. And you just imagine each time you lift your arms up, that's the pump lifting more chi up your legs, working its way up to your knees, slowly working its way up to your waist. Imagine drawing the chi up to your chest, so your whole body is starting to glow a beautiful golden colour with this fresh chi coming in. It only ever goes up as far as your shoulders, and then it heads off down your arms. Don't imagine it coming up to your head. It can make you lightheaded. You have this double breathing, 1 breath in, 2 breaths out. Flicking stagnant chi off the fingertips, filling the body up until it's completely full with chi. Whole body cleansed. And then just drop your hands back down and imagine the energy falling back down to your dantian and gathering there. You've been doing a breathing exercise, so you can take a couple of very deep breaths and have long, slow exhalations, and that helps you just to catch your breath. That's the end of the cleansing exercise. Allow the chi to settle back down, allow your body to settle back down before we start on the 5 main exercises. Okay, so we move on to the 5 elements heart exercises. You have to imagine a great big ball of red chi in front of you. We're going to breathe that chi in. Every time you take a deep breath in, you gather a beautiful mouthful of bright red chi. Every time you breathe out, that chi falls down to your heart and makes your heart glow bright red. So as you breathe in a nice long deep breath, you expand your mouth inside. Try and move the muscles to make a bigger cavity. And as you breathe out, just squeeze your mouth shut and imagine the chi coming down to your heart. Okay, so this is called taking in the red. We do about 5 or 6 breaths of taking in the red. It just starts the set off for the heart. It just starts the heart glowing with the bright red chi. Red, obviously, a heart that the colour really resonates with. So take about half a dozen breaths, really, really deep. Fill the mouth up as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, just let the chi fall down and go around your heart and make the heart glow. After you've done the very deep breaths, you can just take a few even breaths just to relax your breathing back to normal rate. But visualize this whole idea of your heart glowing bright red throughout the heart set. Put your right hand onto your heart. We're just going to circle it round, take a deep breath and resonate the word Ha as you exhale. If you get the right tone, you'll feel the heart muscles vibrating. Breathe in, breathe out, long Ha. Ha is one of the sacred sounds, and each organ has its own sacred sound. Nothing particularly sacred about them apart from the fact that they make the organ vibrate at exactly the right rate for that particular muscle. So it just vibrates the muscle. Find a tone that works for you. I'm rubbing around anti-clockwise here, but whichever feels natural to you would be fine. Do about 6 breaths like this. Set up a good vibration and make the heart, the pericardium muscles vibrate. Massaging around the muscle just helps the flow of energy as well. Again, it's a breathing exercise, so just take a couple of extra big deep breaths, let them out slowly, and allow your chi to settle down. Breathe your hands up into the prayer position. Hold the breath there, squeeze the hands together. Exhale, and bring your hands to your shoulders, palms facing away. Inhale, and exhale your hands forwards into a push. Inhale, exhale your hands backwards, so they're pushing down behind you and down towards the ground. Inhale, curve your hands inwards and put them at your ribs. Exhale, push them forwards into a point. Inhale, and really twist your hands so the thumbs head towards the ground. Exhale, turn the hands over so they're flat and then make them into very tight fists. Inhale, draw them back to your shoulders. Exhale, push them down to your hips. You notice there's a small pause before you breathe in, breathe out. Inhale your right fist up. Exhale, push the palm away. Again, heel of the hand goes away, fingertips towards you. So nice tight push. Inhale, draw the fist back. Exhale, sink it to the ground. Inhale the left fist up. Exhale, push the palm away. Inhale the fist back towards you. Exhale, push the fist down. Inhale your right fist up. Exhale and push the palm away. Inhale a tightened fist back to your shoulder. Exhale and push it down. Inhale the left fist up. Exhale, push the palm away. Inhale the fist back to your shoulder and exhale it down. Okay, we'll look at that from the side, so we'll do the exercise a second time. Just take a resting breath in and out. Breathe in, push the hands together, hold the breath in, squeeze the hands tight. As you exhale, bring them back to your shoulders. Take an interim in-breath. Push your hands away hard, really tighten the muscles. Exhale. Inhale as the hands come down. Exhale and push the palms to the floor and backwards. Tighten the muscles again. Inhale, draw the hands up to the ribs. Exhale them out to a point in front of you. Inhale, rotate the wrists as far out as you can, thumbs towards the ground. Exhale, turn the hands over and make them to nice tight fists. Inhale, draw them to your shoulder. Exhale, push them to the floor. Keep those fists tight. Inhale your right hand up to your shoulder. Exhale, give it a good push away. Inhale it back as a fist. Exhale it down to the floor. Inhale the left hand up. Exhale the palm away from you, the fingertips back towards your body. Make a fist as you draw it back in and inhale. Exhale it down to your hips. So let's repeat it on the right hand side. Inhaling up. Look at nice and tight exhale. Inhale it back. Exhale it down. Inhaling the fist up to the shoulders, exhaling it away. Nice tight push there, so you see. Inhaling it back towards you and exhaling it down. So you can go through this the heart exercise twice. And again, it's a heavy breathing exercise, so it's good to take a couple of deep breaths in. Just allow the chi to sink back down to your dantian. Catch your breath with a few long in-breaths, very gentle out-breaths. Settle yourself back down and relax. Okay, we move on to looking after the spleen next. Of the 5 elements, the spleen is the second. It is actually the autumn. We imagine a yellow colour for the spleen. It's a bright yellow cloud, and I'm doing the taking in the yellow now. So I'm breathing in very deeply. Again, I'm expanding my mouth as I breathe in. As I breathe out, I'm just sinking the qi down towards my dantian. So all of this breathing is done in and out through your nose. You can have your tongue touching the roof of your mouth just behind your teeth. So breathe in. When you breathe in, you gather the qi into your mouth and hold it there. As you breathe out, you drop the energy down to your spleen. Make the spleen glow bright yellow. Just imagine it glowing daffodil yellow, if that works for you. Again, we're going to take about 4 to 6 deep breaths, pulling yellow qi in to the mouth, exhaling it down to the spleen. When you're finished, you can take a couple of easy deep breaths just to catch your breathing back again. So, we're going to rub the spleen this time and make it sacred sound. The spleen sacred sound is hu, H-U. You're just rubbing circles around the spleen area. There's a kind of belt of spleen energy that runs around your waist. So when you breathe in, you take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you say hu. Rub up the center of your body and curl towards the outside. Just rubbing on the spleen with the palms, rubbing on the liver, but it's a spleen belt of energy we're working on here, so that's fine. Okay, now lean back on your heels. Get the weight into your heels. We're doing a version of the opening exercise, except that you're leaning backwards. You're making a long, loping turn this time, and you're gathering yellow qi with your hands. You're just tapping this yellow qi onto your spleen and the belt round your waist, which is at spleen height. Imagine gathering yellow qi from in front of you, from this cloud of qi that stands in front of you, and you're just tapping it directly onto your spleen or into your spleen. Tapping it directly into the spleen's belt of energy. So the weight is back on the heels, on the spleen channels, and you're gathering qi, which is very effective for the spleen, out of the air in front of you and tapping it on. Imagine that your hands swell up like baseball catcher's mitts, so they're grabbing huge chunks of yellow qi and pressing it onto your body. Go down onto your knees. Your hands are all charged up now, so you sit on your heels and drop these charged up hands onto the top of your head. Just feel of the weight of your hands pushing you down into the ground. They sink you right down and they just kind of relax you. So just feel this energy dropping you deep down into the ground. Make the connection all the way down your spine, past your spleen, down, straight through your feet into the ground. So the spleen is all about earth. I think I said it was autumn, but in fact it's actually late summer, they call it. The next set of exercises are autumn. Just relax your qi downwards. Concentrate on thinking about your spleen. Go onto all fours. Tiger eyes the middle distance. So what you're going to do is breathe in at the center here. And as you exhale, you try and get your, in this case, left shoulder to go as close to your left hip as possible. As you breathe out. Breathe into the center. Now we're going to try and squeeze the right shoulder as close to the right hip as possible. So you're getting a very, very tight squeeze and stretch on either side of the body. Breathing in at the center, exhaling and trying to get a C shape in your body. Get the shoulders as close to the hips as possible while the other side pokes out. Breathe into the center, exhale, push the other side out. So what you're actually physically doing is you're squeezing very tight on the area where the spleen is. Okay, so try and get the body to kink in the middle, and the other side pushes out. Breathing into the center, exhaling. Gaze over your shoulder into the middle distance. So this is called tiger eyeing the middle distance. Think of yourself as a tiger looking back over its shoulder. And all the time this is squeezing the spleen and stretching the spleen. Try not to let your hips fall too far over to the side. They're obviously going to move a bit, but try and keep the hips as upright as you can as you squeeze the shoulder. Okay, just go back into a sitting position and relax the chi back down. Take it easy from there. Let everything settle. Then we have to work our way back up to standing. So it's best probably to go onto one knee, slowly work your way up, and then when you come up you just pull yourself up very, very slowly. The last thing to come up is your head. You just unwind your spine, let your head come up last, get back into your Wu Chi posture. If you pull your head up too quickly you can leave yourself feeling dizzy, so take your time coming up with that. Take a few deep breaths, settle the chi back down. Spleen exercises for late summer. Of course, late summer then goes into autumn. Autumn is the lung. Okay, so lung exercises from the 5 elements set. Again, the lung thrills to a bright white cloud of chi in front of it. We're going to try and get this chi in. So we're taking in the white now. Again, the deep breaths in, fill the mouth up. Deep breath in through the nose. The exhalations, drop the chi into the lungs. Bright white chi going into every corner of your lungs as you breathe out. Take about half a dozen breaths of bright white chi in. Just imagine taking it into your mouth, filling the reservoir up, and exhaling, sinking the chi to fill the lungs. Long deep inhalations, long exhalations, pushing the energy down, filling the lungs with a bright white chi that makes every corner of your lungs shine bright white and glow. When you've finished about half a dozen breaths, you can then move on to an easy, relaxed breathing. And just let the chi settle back down to the dantian. Imagine your lungs glowing white. So the sacred sound for the lungs is S, through the teeth, hissing. So you massage your lungs from the center outwards. Take a deep breath in and S the air out through your teeth until your lungs are completely empty. Make sure you fill them completely. Massaging the lung areas, massaging the lung acupuncture points, exhaling until your breath totally runs out. Okay, so the lung exercise itself, again, is about stretching the lungs, opening them up as much as possible, getting as much air into the lungs, getting the circulation going and cleansing them effectively. So this is about building up lung chi. During the autumn, it's when people tend to get coughs and colds, and that's because their lungs are weak, because the lung chi is used most at this time of year. So breathe your hands up in front of you. Take a deep breath in and open your chest up. Exhale, bring the hands together. So breathe in, pull the arms back. Exhale, let them come forwards. So the palm down as you pull them back, then they turn over and their palm up as they come to the center. Deep breath in, open the chest and push it forwards. Exhale, close the chest, make it concave. You'll notice at the end here I just dip down a little bit and push myself up as I come forwards. Just gives you an extra little push, so you sink into your knees when the arms are open, and then just lift up as they come back to the center. All the while you're imagining taking beautiful white glowing chi in through the palms of your hands, all the way along your arms and sinking down to your lungs. Drop the chi back and relax. I'm just going to show you the side version of that. It's a little figure of 8 in fact. Breathe the hands up in front of you, take them out, round a little ball, up to the front, and then loop them over again. So it's like a figure of 8. The idea is to push your chest forwards as the arms go back. That just helps it to open, and then try and sink the chest as your hands move forwards. So you're constantly pumping your chest forwards and backwards as well. Forwards and backwards. Sink into the knees, just raising a little bit. It's the opening of the chest that allows the arms to go back, not the arms pulling backwards that opens the chest. Nice deep breaths in, and then just relax. Let the chi fall back down to your dantian. Again, a breathing exercise, so take a couple of very deep breaths in. Gentle, long, slow exhalations just to get your energy back. So now we move on to the kidney elements. The kidney, it's winter time. That's when you need to do your kidney exercises more than any others. Imagine a big ball of purple or even black coloured chi in front of you, and this feeds the kidneys. So you breathe it into your mouth as per usual, taking in the black. Big deep breaths of black chi comes and fills your mouth, and as you exhale, send the chi down to your kidneys and make them glow with this perhaps midnight sky purple or verging on black colour that makes the kidneys vibrate. Fill the mouth up, send the chi down to the kidneys. Breathe in and fill the mouth up, expand the muscles inside your mouth. Exhale, squeeze the mouth shut, and send the chi down. You can't really see me moving my mouth, but I'm just doing it a little bit inside. Imagining opening the mouth like a reservoir and closing it. A couple of deep breaths will help you bring your breathing back into a nice gentle way. Take your hands behind and we're going to rub the kidneys now. Rubbing circles onto the kidneys. Now the kidneys have a strange sound which is chewy. The ch sound you have to hit the plosive. Just makes that diaphragm area jump. Ch makes the diaphragm jump, and then the e chewy sound all the way until the lungs are empty. And it just makes the area in the kidneys, around the kidneys, jump as you make the sound. And as you make that sound, you're just rubbing circles onto your kidneys, just massaging the area. Your kidneys, if you didn't know, are just below the lowest rib. They're quite large, so just massage that whole back part. Chewy. So you hit the ch, and then you go wee afterwards. Stimulates the kidneys. A sacred sound. Okay, put the hands onto the hips for this exercise. You breathe in at the center. As you exhale, make the turn from your dantian. You can sink into your knees a little bit as you make the turn and turn as far as you can. Breathing out as you turn, breathe into the center, breathe out as you turn. Breathing into the center, breathing out. You notice my knee just drops a little bit to make the turn go a little bit further. All of this turn is made out of the waist. The shoulders just go along with what the waist is doing. You're always breathing in as you come to the center. You're always exhaling as you turn to the side. And of course, the stretch you're making here is all about the small of the back being stretched, which is where the kidneys reside. There's also an element of stretching the inside of your thigh as you make this turn. And the inside of the thigh is where the kidney acupuncture channel runs. So it has a dual purpose, this exercise. You'll just feel the inside of your thigh tighten as you make this turn. Be careful, only go as far as you feel comfortable with though. Don't overdo it. A couple of deep breaths to relax the chi down again, just to gain your balance. Now just use your hands to tap on the kidneys. Skip this if it feels uncomfortable, but if it's doable, do this. It's a very good exercise to stimulate the kidneys. The alternative, if it feels sore to tap them, is to rub them vigorously with the backs of your hands. So tapping is the best method. Rubbing vigorously is also a good method. Just depends how tender your kidneys feel. Okay, so now we're going to do kidney circles. Raise your hands above your head. Imagine blue chi coming in at your palms. Circle off to the side, down the front, and raise up the other side. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to keep everything, I'm imagining I'm jammed between two panes of glass, trying to keep everything as much to the side as I possibly can. The key here is to try and keep the hands facing forwards for 90% of the time. Okay, so the forwards 12 inches apart, forwards and 12 inches apart. As you notice, they will just come across the center of the feet, and they're obviously facing backwards for that small part of the time. But otherwise, as soon as they come past the foot, I try and straighten them to face the front again. The idea is you breathe in and exhale as you sink down. You go down quite quickly. You raise up quite slowly. Exhale and sink down. Let all the breath go. Imagine gathering chi and lifting it up to your fingertips. Dark chi. And then it flows back down to your kidneys as your hands go down. Try and keep it at the side as much as you can. Now we're going to go back in the opposite direction. Okay, so again, very much to the side. Exhale, drop down. No breathing between the feet. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale, drop down. No breathing between the feet. Inhale as you raise up. It's like a wave crashing down, and then slowly building the chi up on your hands as you come up to the top. Crash the chi down to the dantian, builds up to the hands again. Every time you go down, you imagine picking up blue chi, pulling it up to your hands, and then it sinks back down, you get fresh chi again. So it's about moving the energy all the way up and down to your dantian again. You raise it up with your hands to your fingertips, and then as your hands come down, it drops back to the dantian area. So you can do between 9 and 12, 16 of these each side. I'm just pulling down the heavens here to settle the chi into place after having done the exercise. Pulling down the heavens kind of consolidates the chi, so if there's any chi that's not being pulled back to the dantian, using pulling down the heavens will just bring that chi back into place. So good in winter time to do more of these than the other ones. That's when the kidneys are most under siege. So next is the liver exercises. Liver is a springtime, so it's spring green coloured chi that we're taking in. Imagine a beautiful spring green cloud of chi in front of you, and we're going to take in the green, so breathing the chi in through your nose, exhaling it down to your liver. Half a dozen breaths like this as well. Big deep breaths in through the nose, filling the mouth up. Big deep exhalations, sinking the chi down to the liver, making it glow green, emerald green or spring green. Some very, very deep breaths. Long exhalations. And then just to settle yourself down after the breathing exercise, you can take a couple of deep breaths. Slow your breathing back down and relax. Now massaging the liver. Shoo is the liver sound. So we take a nice deep breath in. We massage the area that the liver resides in. And a long, slow shoo. 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 Use the visualizations. See your liver starting to glow with fresh green glowing qi. Okay, so now some exercises to stimulate the liver itself. First of all, I'm settling my qi back down. Okay, so make a fist, but put your thumb in the middle of the fist. Same with the other hand, thumb into the middle of the fist. One fist faces the floor downwards, the other one facing up at your hip. Breathe in, and as you exhale, make a punch and exchange the hands. As you exhale, squeeze tight on both hands and glare at the fist. Inhale, swap the hands over. Inhale. Okay. Every time you make the punch, you squeeze really tight. Every time you inhale, you make the muscles very, very relaxed. I'm squeezing my eyes as well, glaring at my fists. So this is called punch the fists with fiery eyes. The reason for this is that the liver controls your eyesight. So if you have weak eyesight, this is a very good exercise. The liver's outward manifestation is the eyes. And so you're squeezing your eyeballs tight, glaring at the fist, squeezing the fist tight as you make the exhalation, and then it's juxtaposed by a very gentle pulling back of the hands, relaxing the eyes. You breathe in, as you exhale, squeeze on the other side. What you're doing is you're squeezing and creating qi, and then you're pulling the qi back to your liver. What I'm doing now is I'm keeping my eyes very wide open. I'm stretching them open as wide as I can, so the reverse stretch for the eyes. Back to scrunching them up again. So you can alternate between the two for the eyes. Always squeezing tight on the exhalation, inhaling very gently, squeezing tight on the next exhalation. Try and keep the fists at shoulder height. Drop them back down to the hips. Just feel your hands as you open them up. Just see if you can feel qi on your hands and relax back into your dantian position. And that's the last of the 5 elements exercises. All the major elements are charged up. We just have to make sure the qi flows around the body evenly now, so we do that by regulating the energy with the golden ball routine. This moves qi in 8 directions. So you breathe in, and as you exhale, you push the qi away from your body. As you inhale, you gather a ball of qi in front of you. As you exhale, you raise this ball of qi up. Inhale, expand the ball of qi. Exhale, contract the ball of qi. Inhale, draw the qi back towards your body. Exhale, push the qi away from your body. Inhale, let your hands drop down. And then we return to the beginning. Exhale, push away. Inhale, gather. Exhale, raise it up. Sink into your knees for this part. Inhale, expand the ball. Exhale, contract the ball. Inhale, gather the ball towards you. Exhale, push it away. Inhale, the qi drops but you stand up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and sink. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sit and raise up. Push away. Gather. Raise the ball of qi and sink. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, draw the qi towards you. Exhale, push the qi away. Inhale, drop down, but you raise your body. So we push away, gather, sink. Push your chest forward as you expand. Push your chest backwards as you contract. Push your chest forward as you receive and push your chest away as you donate. Stand up, breathe in, exhale, breathe in, exhale, breathe in, exhale, breathe in and raise, and exhale, breathe in, exhale, breathe in, exhale. I'm going quicker now, as you can see. You can forget about the breathing and try and make the motion as smooth as you possibly can. This regulates the flow of qi round and round your body. Make sure everything is flowing where it's supposed to. That brings us to the end of our set. We have to move on to the closing down now. So we have to make sure that qi is not escaping from the body. So we start off with a fist. We just work it down the outside of the arm and then up the inside. So down the yang channels, up the yin channels. Do that twice. This just makes sure there's no qi stuck in the channels. It just makes sure it's flowing. Make a good impact. Do the other arm. Okay, so the idea is just to make sure there's no qi stuck anywhere and that all the acupuncture points get closed off. So now we're going to do the legs. Work down the outside of the legs, down the yang channels, and up the inside of the legs, the yin channels. Again, down the outsides, good impact, up the insides. Do your buttocks as well. Just give them a good pounding. They're big muscles. They need to be loosened off. Now we're going to close off some acupuncture points. So just have your thumb and forefinger tap against the other hand. You're closing off large intestine 4, an acupressure point just above the joint of your thumb. Swap your hands over so the other thumb and forefinger tap against each other as well. Make a cup of your hand. Close your wrist off with a good firm slap. Same for the other wrist. Doing Qigong exercise is a bit like being in a sauna. Doing my forearms now. So it kind of opens up all the pores, or the acupressure points in this case. We've got to make sure they're closed. Do the elbows. Got to make sure they're closed so we don't leak any of the precious qi we've built up back out. Now just massage under the arm here. There's a heart point there. There's also lymph nodes and lymph glands. It's a very important place to massage on both sides. Known to be a good point for the prevention of breast cancer amongst many other things. Again, take that cupped hand and drop it from a height onto your shoulder. It's alright to slap your shoulder, but the idea is to try and get this cup to drop straight on top of the shoulder and make a good impact. Sometimes if you get the air inside your hand to explode on the shoulder, you get a great plosive kind of clop noise. Very satisfying. A slap does just as well though, and it closes all the acupressure points all the way down your back of your body. Now put one hand on your dantian and tap the top of your head. This closes a point on top of your head called Ba Hui. Swap the hands over so you get a balance of yin and yang. It closes off the point where yang energy comes pouring down into your body from heaven. We have to close the soles of the feet off as well, where yin energy comes up. So we can just do that by stamping the feet on the floor. Or alternatively, you can actually just clap your hands against the sole of the foot. Make sure that Yong Quan on the sole of the foot is closed, the energy point on the kidney channel. Clap the hands together, build up a charge of qi, breathe in, stick your hands onto your kidneys, just hold your breath in, feel the kidney qi moving, and then brush down. Okay, so we're going to charge our hands up 3 times. You can sometimes smell qi on your hands. Place the hands on the kidneys, take a nice deep breath in, hold the qi there, and then brush down. So we're kind of charging the kidneys up with this fresh qi, placing it, breathing in, feeling the qi being transported from the hands to the kidneys, and then just a little brush down at the end. Okay, one hand goes onto the dantian, covered by the other hand. We're just rubbing circles round. So this circle goes round, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, until you're rubbing the qi from your dantian all the way across the center of your body, and then take it back and start to gather qi from all around the center of the body, wind it back down to the dantian area, and just hold your hands over your dantian. Close your eyes, settle down into a wu qi posture. what we're going to do now is we're just going to imagine shielding ourselves energetically. Just with your eyes closed, imagine spinning a shield round you at 10,000 miles an hour. It's like a shield made out of glowing chi. It spins round you, it's above your head, below your feet, it's an egg of energy. It's going to keep you safe from any psychic or viral attacks. An energy shield, it's intelligent, it lets all the good stuff pour into your life, all the negative stays out of it. And then round the outside of it is a metal coating. Just see this metal coating spin round your egg of energy, and that's going to keep you safe from any physical damage that's heading your way. Intelligent shields that let all the good stuff pour into your life, the negative just stays bouncing off the outside. Now see every cell in your body and your dantian glowing, filling the egg of energy with a beautiful bright light. You're a being of light inside this egg of energy, safe in here until you do this meditation again. Then we're just going to close off by doing the ritual bows. Draw your feet together, draw your hands together. We're going to make a bow in front of us. Just give thanks for anything good in your life. Turn 90 degrees to your right and make your second bow. Again, just give thanks for anything feels good. 90 degrees to the right and the third bow. And then you make a fourth bow. And again, you give thanks for anything that's good in your life to any being who you happen to think is worthwhile. Take your right hand, cover it with your left hand, and that's our salute. Thanks to Gabby for helping film this video. If you'd like any more details, just visit medicalqigong.co.uk.